What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, coming back to you with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to go over 3 highly profitable clothing brands that you should be out on the lookout for when you're out sourcing for items at thrift stores, yard sales, garage sales, wherever you go to find your inventory. So with that being said, let's jump into today's video. So pretty much these 3 brands that I'm going to be sharing with you are 3 brands that are currently in my new clothing guide, 101 Killer Clothing Brands. And if you're interested in purchasing the whole guide to get all 101 brands, to really give yourself that boost, that head start, that upper hand on the competition, then definitely check it out. I'll leave a link on the screen, an annotation, and a link in the description. But yeah, first brand I want to talk about was a really high-end designer brand, and I've only found this brand one time. The brand is Thom Browne. And, of course, I have no clue if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but then again, I don't really care. As long as I know it's profitable and I could buy and I could sell it, that's really what I'm concerned with. So, Thom Browne, if that's how you pronounce it, this is brand number 86 in the clothing guide. Hard brand to come across. You're probably not going to find this at a garage sale. If you do, it's probably not real. But, I mean, these brands go for quite a bit of money in the stores. And if you take a look, there's a picture right here of the actual tag. You know, sometimes the tags will vary from brand to brand, just depending on the style, the age, you know, the manufacturer, where it was created and whatnot. But keep your eye out for that. Thom Browne, New York-based company right there. And, you know, like the lower end stuff, maybe if it has a flaw or maybe it's really worn down or something that's not super in high demand, you're looking at like 35 to 65, but I mean, that's still really good. But most stuff, 70 to 100 and even over $100. Really high-end brand. You want to buy everything. Really, you want to avoid nothing. You know, the main thing you really want to concentrate on is to make sure that it's real. So definitely authenticate it first. If you're trying to figure out how to authenticate it, there's definitely forums online that you could search for each brand. Also, utilize the Facebook groups, post a picture, let people know what you got, and they'll definitely give you some feedback if it's real or not. Like I said, it's a really hard brand to come across. You're not going to find this every day. But, I mean, if you do find it, there is a buyer demand. These are expensive, so people are definitely looking for it. Really low risk just because the profit margins are so high. And, you know, if you want to focus on one thing, like if you come across this one thing, which I like to call Raiken Profit Jackpot, I mean, you're going to make super profits. And that's anything made out of cashmere in this brand, especially a cashmere cardigan. Take a look at the sold listings for the cashmere cardigans and the Thom Browne brand. I mean, killer profits. All right, let's move on to another brand. The brand is Tilly Endurables, and this is a Canadian-based brand. I love how on the tag it says, "Give 'em hell." But done really well with this brand before. They always seem to sell. I've sold blazers, I've sold pants, I've sold safari vests and jacket styles. Just really nice item right there. Awesome Canadian brand. You know, this is another brand where you're not going to find it every day like those Ralph Laurens or the Lacoste or, you know, even some of the Italian brands, Nauticas and all that stuff. But it's out there. If you come across it, definitely scoop it up. And as you can see, there's a few different expected resale values. I've sold it between 20 and 25 for like the, you know, just the basic button fronts. When you start getting into the thicker stuff, you're looking at 30 to 50. And if you get the blazers, the jackets, the bigger type of items, 55 to 80 all day long. And, you know, very high buyer demand. These are in demand, low risk, definitely enough profits in there for you. And, like I said, if you want to make the money, keep your eye out for like the safari style vests and jackets, and even like the traveler style jackets and the blazers do really well. Last brand I want to show you that is in the clothing guide is the brand Tom Ford. And this is going to be even harder than Thom Browne to find and way harder than Tilly Endurables to find. This is a high-end designer brand. I mean, this is the type of clothing that you're going to see the models, you know, showcasing wearing on the runway and everything. I mean, just really expensive. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 jackets, new in the store. Easily $500, $600 button front shirts. So if you find it, there's definitely a market for it. But again, anytime you find something that is really expensive, especially with clothing, you've got to authenticate it first. So like I said, utilize the Facebook groups, utilize the forums, do a Google search. With every different brand out there, there's certain things that you can look for just to make sure it's real. Like with the Ralph Lauren polos, you want to look at the pony, you want to look at the tag, the stitching, the quality of the fabric. So there's definitely ways out there that you can authenticate it. Again, I'm not an expert when it comes to authenticating items. I like to, you know, use other resources out there and talk to people who have a lot more experience than me. But Yeah, that brand, even the lower end stuff like a basic button front shirt with a lot of wear, even maybe like a flaw or a stain, 50 to 80 bucks. Just it's that expensive. Average 85 to 150 all day long, and I wouldn't be surprised if you get 155 and up. Even up to 500 plus if you get something crazy like a three-piece suit or a pea coat or something made out of cashmere, you're definitely looking at $500 or more. But you know, don't get your hopes up. Don't think you're going to be going into your local Goodwill or your Savers, wherever you go to find your inventory, a garage sale, and you're going to find this brand. It's hard. It's really hard. But I know people out there who have found this brand who have made money. And, you know, like I always say, you don't have to always find these brands when you're out and about. It's just a matter of putting them in your memory bank, storing them in your brain, and eventually if you go out long enough, you put yourself in a position to get lucky. You're going to get lucky. You're going to notice that brand that the average guy doesn't notice because, you know, he hasn't putting in his work studying the completed listings. He hasn't been, you know, studying guides. He hasn't been looking at, you know, the competition and really diving in to see what's going on with everything. So those are three brands to look out for. Tom Ford, high-end brand, super profits. Tilly and Durables, probably a brand that you're going to come across a lot easier than the other two. And last is Thom Browne. Am I pronouncing it correct? Probably not. But still, lots of money in it. Hard to find, but you know what? Store them in your memory banks. Go out there, keep picking. Try to find that stuff, and you're going to get it. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to buy the clothing guide, definitely check it out. It's a great tool to utilize, especially if you're new. It's going to save you a lot of time. But even if you're an intermediate or an advanced, I guarantee there's some brands in here that you probably don't know about and you have passed up in the thrift store. So, yep, check it out. Hope you guys have a great day. Keep on picking and making that money, and I will talk to you later. Peace.